we go from the national headquarters of RT America in our nation's capital. And hello again, everybody. I'm Rick Sanchez. We have an exclusive interview for you tonight that you're going to want to hear from Larry Wilkerson. Now, who's Larry Wilkerson? In case you don't know, a lot of people do. He was in the White House when our foreign policy toward Chavez and Venezuela was originally being planned. And we're going to bring that to you in just a little bit. But first, I want to bring you the very latest out of Venezuela. The top military leaders there today declared their loyalty to President Nicolas Maduro, stating that they will not support what they call a coup to replace him. Now, the reason this is so important is because yesterday, after he was pronounced interim president by Mr. Trump, Juan Guaido pleaded with the military to abandon Mr. Maduro. But see, apparently they did not. Now, in what may be a further blow to the opposition, today Russia warned the United States to butt out of Venezuela. President Putin is putting the U.S. on notice that destructive external interference is a gross violation of the, quote, fundamental norms of international law. But U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is ignoring the Putin admonition. He's attacking Maduro nonetheless. He's calling his regime morally bankrupt, economically incompetent, and profoundly corrupt. Pompeo told this today to a meeting of the 35 members of the Organization of American States right here in Washington, D.C. So there you have it, essentially both sides digging in. This Venezuelan showdown should have most Americans asking a lot of questions about coups, about oil reserves, about sovereignty rights, or lack thereof, and about us intervening, about American interventions abroad. That's exactly what we're going to do for you. We are going to drill down with coverage that is unfiltered and unapologetic, because it is time to do real news again. So now let's do this. Let's get the latest from Venezuela today. And to do that, we turn to RT America's Dan Cohen, who filed this report for us just moments ago.
Major developments as the coup attempt in Venezuela unfolds. President Nicolas Maduro has ordered all American diplomats to leave the country by Sunday.
I have decided to recall all diplomatic and consular personnel from our country stationed abroad and to close all Venezuelan embassies and consular offices in the United States.
Speaking at the Organization of American States, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo rejected Maduro's order.
The regime of former President Nicolas Maduro is illegitimate. We therefore consider all of its declarations and actions illegitimate and invalid.
Directly after Pompeo spoke, Medea Benjamin of the anti-war group Code Pink denounced U.S. involvement in Venezuelan affairs before being dragged out by security. President Maduro made special mention of that in his address.
Today, while Mike Pompeo spoke at the OES, a woman showed up with a sign saying no to a coup d'etat in Venezuela. And that's the people of the United States. A great movement will rise in the U.S. in solidarity to our country and against the imperialist coup d'etat in Venezuela. We thank you.
Thank you very much.
Maduro spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin by phone. Putin told him, quote, destructive interference from outside grossly violates the fundamental norms of international law. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov also weighed in on the situation in Venezuela.
The fact that the United States and a number of other countries, first of all regional ones, immediately recognized the new self-proclaimed interim president only means that they have directly participated in an artificial creation of dual power in Venezuela, which is fraught with chaos and a serious destabilization of the domestic political situation.
The Chinese Foreign Ministry has also voiced support for the Maduro government, as has Turkish President Recep Erdogan, who said he was shocked the Trump administration recognized a non-elected figure as president of Venezuela. The UK, however, has come out in support of Juan Guaido, as has Ukraine, whose foreign minister tweeted, quote, "The struggle of the Venezuelan people reminds me of our Maidan revolution times." Now, he's referring to the coup in 2014, which was very violent, and the United States played a central role in orchestrating. French President Emmanuel Macron called Maduro illegitimate and said, quote, "I salute the courage of hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans marching for their liberty." It's the kind of statement we'd never hear from Macron about the mass protests that continue to grip his own country. Meanwhile, demonstrations in support of both the government and the opposition are continuing in the streets across Venezuela. Back to you, Rick.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.